Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a very special episode of the Isolation Diaries. So today I am actually doing a collaboration with one of my friends who also has a YouTube channel. Her name is Shannon and she has a YouTube channel all about her life. She actually has HIV, so she documents what it's like to live with the condition, and she has a really great channel. I really recommend you guys going to see it. I'm going to watch her videos after this. So basically what we've done is quite a creative collaboration. But obviously we are in lockdown, we can't leave our homes, so we cannot get together to film something. So what we did is we each wrote each other a list of questions. I sent her mine, she sent me hers, and then we filmed each other answering those questions. We have each edited our questions and the other person's answers into a video, so it's like an interview and it's for you to watch and learn about the other person. So once you watch this, go over to her channel and watch her video, which has me answering all of her questions. But right here, right now, we're going to talk to Channan all about her life, about her YouTube channel, everything like that. So yeah, that's what's in today's video. Let's get straight into it. My first question for Channan was, what is your age, what do you do, and how did we first meet?
So I have to remember that this is not my own channel. Normally I would start my videos by saying, hey guys, welcome back to Shannon's channel. But I have the pleasure of doing this wonderful collab on Cecilia-Joy's channel. My name's Channan, I'm 20 years old and I'm currently a social entrepreneur. So I run my business, which is called Destigmatise UK, educating young people and working a lot with social services, corporate companies on chronic illnesses, HIV and sexual health. Me and Cecilia met about 10 years ago now. We both attended St Thomas's Hospital, Evelina Children's Hospital, and we both attended this group called the Evelina Children's Hospital group or something like that, where young people around the same age group came together. It was kind of like a support group where we came, we chilled, we went to different outings together. We were all under the care of the Evelina Children's Hospital, going through different chronic illnesses and different things. So it was great to be able to meet other young people that were going through similar situations and just make friends.
My next question was, can you tell my viewers how you contracted HIV, what it's like to live with it and how it affects your everyday life?
I contracted HIV from my mum at birth. Both of my parents were drug addicts, and when I was 6 months old I was taken by social services because of being neglected, but at that stage I didn't know that I was also HIV positive, so I went to the hospital and that's when they actually diagnosed me HIV positive. My mum, she has passed now, but when she had me, when she was pregnant with me, she refused any prenatal help, so the doctors actually didn't know she was HIV positive at that time, which is why she had natural birth and I contracted it that way. No one else in my family, like among my siblings, so I have 4 sisters and 1 brother, have HIV. I'm the only one. HIV doesn't really affect people's life as much these days. It did affect my life a lot due to being allergic to a lot of medications that I needed in order to suppress my virus, in order to make my immune system strong. So over the years I ended up contracting a lot of age-related illnesses and illnesses which made me have to be hospitalized and made me really ill, such as pneumonia, shingles, and then just being ill in and out of hospital with asthma attacks, which was onset from that as well, which meant I missed a lot of school due to being ill and being in hospital. I was also bullied in school. I wasn't aware of the stigma surrounding HIV. Socially, it hasn't really affected my life with friends. I haven't really received any stigma apart from when I came out of schooling. So I went to an all-girls school. I started dating and I didn't realise what much of a problem it would be to guys that I'm HIV positive. At the first time I actually realised that it was going to be a problem, I actually cried. I remember that day when the guy I was seeing for a few weeks had called me after he looked at my YouTube channel and was like, oh my gosh, you're HIV positive, like I really like you but I wouldn't date you now. And that was really upsetting, that this now, because I'm HIV positive, it's gonna affect dating and the way guys see me. I've got to a stage where I now accept that, and I know it is gonna be a problem, but I've come to the stage now where I do share with guys that I'm dating straight away that I'm HIV positive, just so that I don't catch feelings and then my feelings be hurt if they are not considerate and don't understand, because a lot of people don't want to understand the real facts of HIV. There is still a lot of stigma attached to the condition.
Question number 3 is, what is the purpose of your YouTube channel and what do you hope to achieve through your platform?
I initially started my YouTube channel in 2017 to educate people on HIV, specifically young people. I started it when I was in hospital. I was sick with an asthma attack, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 17, I can now start my own YouTube channel. It's what I've really wanted to do, is be the face of HIV. So I started up my YouTube channel there and then in hospital, just thinking I would just be talking about my life living with HIV, things that I had been through growing up. So that's where it started, and through my YouTube channel I have been able to interview other young people living with other chronic illnesses like Cecilia-Joy. So on this platform my aim is to basically just share other people's stories living with chronic illnesses, not just HIV, other chronic illnesses as well, break down the stigma and just create a platform of strong network of people who are ill but are continuing on with their lives and just can get inspiration from my story. And yeah, that's it basically.
Question number 4. Can you explain to my viewers why you also have to be in complete isolation and why you have to be extra careful during these times?
In isolation due to the coronavirus, I came out of hospital and went straight into isolation. Because of my weak immune system I have to be very, very careful, so that means that I am in quarantine, I am in isolation.
My next question for Shannon was, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy during isolation, and do you have any tips or advice for other people who, like us, are in complete isolation and can't leave their house?
I've been using this time really to get to know myself. To be honest, I'm going to share this with you guys. I never really loved myself, to be honest, and I realised that I never really loved my own company and my own space. And this has really forced me to love my own company and love my own space. And now I can be in my room for ages, just reflecting, doing colouring in, which I got into and I really enjoy. Just watching Netflix movies, creating YouTube videos, coming up with new ideas and writing songs. I've been doing a lot of Zoom calls, so like I joined my virtual church, just listening to sermons, connecting with other young people, and I've got into what I've always wanted to do, is learn Spanish fluently. So I have a virtual Spanish teacher, so I'm learning Spanish, so hopefully by the time quarantine is over and lockdown is over I'll be fluent in that area. My tip for anyone who has to be in complete isolation is to, I know it can sometimes be depressing for some people, but try not to let it get you down. Just try and use this time to really stop and look at yourself and ask yourself certain questions like, what makes me anxious? What makes me depressed? What do I love about myself? What don't I love about myself? So use this time to maybe work on things that you've always wanted to do. Try some things new, and hopefully by the time you come out of this you will be perfect in that area.
Number 6. What is Channan? When did you start it and why?
So Channan is my business that I started in 2013 when I was actually 13 years old, and it was a magazine for young people basically given young people a voice through this magazine where they could share their stories, work for the magazine, build up their skills through work experience through the magazine. And also we interviewed like professionals in different industries. We got young people to do the fashion, so they did modelling, and the magazine ran for 6 years successfully. We did shut it down at the end of last year just because I'm not a teenager anymore. It was a teen magazine and it's not really where my passion lies anymore.
Number 7. What other campaigning and charity work have you done?
So I could be on this video for ages, and I'm sure Cecilia doesn't want this video to be too long. I've done a lot of volunteering and campaigning over the years. I was Metro Charities HIV ambassador for about 2 years, where I mentored young people living with HIV. I helped create videos for funding campaigns. I also went on tour with You Stop AIDS 2 years in a row, where I was a guest speaker, and we travelled across the UK campaigning on HIV, and I was able to go to these different universities across the UK and these different cities and share my story of living with HIV, and also speak to like Parliament. I was also a volunteer at the Children's Society at the Young Carers Festival, which was amazing and a great experience. I volunteered for my church for quite a few years doing stewardship and singing. I've done a lot of volunteering work, and I've also volunteered for the hospital also as a young person sharing their story about HIV to junior doctors. So yeah, that's just a summary of the many charitable works that I've done.
Next, I asked Shannon whether she'd been back to the Evelina London Hospital since we were in the Pride group together.
So I left Evelina Children's Hospital when I was about 16, 17. So I transitioned to the adults clinic. So since then I haven't. I've been back a few times delivering magazines to the Evelina school, who love to receive them, and also when I was in hospital for a long time I went to the school so I'd go back and visit and say hi to certain people.
Final thing that I asked her is, does she have any advice for anybody who is also going through chronic illness, mental health issues or anything similar? What would she say to them, and what tips would she have for them?
My advice, I think would be very similar to my other advice, would be to take this time to stop and to take a break and to spend time just resting. Living with chronic illnesses, it can be hard, I know, especially long-term illnesses that you're going to have to deal for a long time, but maybe try and like subscribe to YouTube videos like Cecilia's, subscribe to YouTube videos like myself, and get inspiration from people who are going through the same thing, because you are not alone. You're definitely not alone, and we are all in this together, so we should all unite together. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be on your channel, Cecilia. I know we've had to do this virtually and send our videos filmed from our own rooms and send it to each other. I wish we could have like actually been next to each other and filmed and interviewed each other, but once quarantine is over, hopefully we will meet up and do a video. If you guys would like to subscribe to me, you guys can. I'm sure Cecilia will put it wherever. And make sure you subscribe to Cecilia's channel if it's your first time on this video. If you've come from my channel and is watching this video, make sure you go and subscribe to Cecilia-Joy. She's such an amazing young person and has such an amazing story. Her story is actually on my channel, so I've done this video for her and then she's done another video for me, and we're sharing each other's stories on each other's YouTube channels. Be happy, be incredible, and be victorious. Peace.
So that's it. It was so good to hear all about Shannon and like her life and her YouTube channel and stuff. So you should definitely go and subscribe to her as soon as you finish watching this video. Thank you so much, Shannon, for doing this. I mean, there's definitely more collaborations to come in the future. So just a side note, if you've noticed my new introduction that I made by myself and I'm very proud of, so if you like it, give this video a thumbs up. And also if you loved hearing from Shannon, give it a thumbs up, and then go straight over to her channel, the link will be in the description, and watch the video where she interviewed me. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, fly. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you potentially tomorrow or the next day for quite an exciting little thing. So see you then.